Okay, this is on the Sivert job, number 54011. This is Jake, our plumber that works for us. It's his duplex. So this is Jake, or Caleb is the renter in the basement. Jake is Jake. So let them both know when you're coming over. Dwight added 2 furnaces to this job from what the original was, so we're going to add furnaces. So we're replacing both of these furnaces and adding AC on these. So it has basement and upstairs. So on the basement, so the new base will sit 2 inches from the wall, from the 2x4 wall, pretty much where the existing base is right there. It'll kind of overhang a little bit more. That's okay. So we have piece 1, 6 inch tall, and then a coil, and then piece 2 will Dutch as it shows. Piece 3, that's going, it's going to go to 24. I need to write down the measurements still, but so it's going to go 14.5 by 24 to 17 by 24, and we're going to have the bottom go back 2.5 inches, so it's tied against the back 2x4 wall there. Because the actual furnace will sit 2.5 inches from the back wall. Okay, so that'll be tied against the wall, the duct, and then a cap. So you're going to cut out the whole back of this supply air, of this return air. And also I put some panning behind the furnace on that same joist base, return air joist base, all the way down to the ground, just so Jake can add another return air low later if he wants. If it's not done now, it'll never be accessible. But then we'll use the existing return air, which is right here. I know our duct's going to be above it a little bit, but we can't go that high, so we're going to use the joist space on some of it. But in the future, he can add a return air low to get the cold air off the floor. What is that? I'll ask him if he wants us to, but that's going to be 13. Well, it's an odd size grill. 12, 13, 14. Yeah, that's an odd size grill. So probably do if he wants to, just a 14 by 14 low would work. Okay. That's a downflow, of course. So I only gave you 10 inches between your furnace and your filter box. And I know it's going to come up 1.5 inches. So I was thinking if you need to, you can kind of angle your 90 up 1.5 inches. Or angle it up as much as you need, if you even need to, but you can kind of fudge it a little bit to make it work. So, okay. The combustion air is okay, right there. The vent. So you can see back there, they got 2 vent stacks. That's a a 5-inch vent, and that's a 6-inch vent, from what I can tell. So on each of them, they're going to be the same. You're going to cut the B-vent up as high as you need to, and add a T, a reducer, and a 90 on each of them. And reuse all the existing B-vent. At the top of the T, I gave you a 36-inch B-vent to come out, then a draft hood, then go to the water heater. And same on the other one too. Okay, the gas. So right there from the caulk, you can add a 2, a T, drip leg, flex, 10, 90, 90. AC, I'll go over in a minute. The drain, you're going to pump. Put in a condensate pump for one for both furnaces. And pump it to the outside. Stat, you're going to add a new T6 Pro. Just need single stage stats. Also on the power, I'm going to give you, let's see, what's that one? I'm going to give you well, I guess your condensate pump's going to be way down here, so the safety switch up there won't help. I'll give you a new switch and cover. Actually, you need an outlet in here, don't you? And there's no outlet. So I'll give you a combo switch for one of them, and just a regular switch for the other. And I'll give you two boxes. You can put a flat cover on these and put your box down here where you can actually reach them and plug it in. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So put a flat cover on these and wire nut them, and put your box like normal inside the furnace. These two furnaces are going to be pretty close together. So this furnace is going to be straight, and that one's, well, I wrote it on there. Well, let's just go to the next one. I'll go over the other AC at the end with okay, so this is for the top floor furnace. Furnace will sit 19.5 inches from the wall, which will be same as this duct here. Coil transition in the canvas, the cut line right here. Oh, going back to the first one. So when I gave you a header, a ductboard header to put back there on top. Okay. Return air, that as it shows. And transition, so you have a cut line right here, over to right here. And then the front, you may have to bend flat, you know, to get up here. Okay, that's that. Combustion air is okay. Vent, I already went over that with you. The gas, so from the caulk, you have a drip leg but no caulk to turn it off. So we'll add, from here we'll add a 2, a 90, a 2. Then from the furnace, we'll add our 10, a T with the drip leg, and then the flex to connect the two. Okay, AC, same as basement. Drain, same as basement. Stat, same as basement. So let's go over the AC. So for each air conditioner, you're going to run new line set out. And Jake is going to run his own power to his disconnects. But they're gonna go right out there. And each floor has its own breaker. Sorry, its own breaker panel. I can't get in to the top floor right now, but let's see, the basement will need a 20 amp breaker, 12.4 minimum circuit amps. The top floor will need a 25 amp breaker with 14.7 minimum circuit amps. Whoops! I fell. Darn stairs. Okay. So this is your the grill for your combustion air. You're going to have an AC right here and an AC right here. I gave you two 30 by 30 pads. And Jake will have the power run. And you have to remove some of this wall for your pads, but that's about it.